Damien in York, Pennsylvania said, speaking of sexy liberal, so Steph, remember back in the early days and Hal Sparks did his joke about how the return of the dinosaurs would unify us all? I wonder what the MAGAs would say if they saw it now. Fake news, dinosaurs are a hoax, maybe something about emails, how it's their right to get eaten. Yes, that's true. Not even the return of T-Rex, as envisioned by Hal Sparks, would bring us together now. We are two separate universes, right? It's just, except theirs are, what's the word I'm looking for? Lies. Theirs are lies and misinformation and dangerous scientific misinformation, and ours are facts and stuff from, science and doctors, other nerds, stuff like that, Oh,
as you do.
Right. So, Trump, speaking of which, it is on the bubble where I guess do we just say crazy Florida man went crazy again this weekend? It's really just another Florida man story now, right? He just went
redundant.
Yeah. Okay. He went after Mitch McConnell. He called him a dumb son of a bitch and a stone cold loser. This somehow is about Democrats in disarray, I'm going to guess, is what the story will, yes.
Yes.
He complained that Democrats are tougher than Republicans. If that were Schumer instead of that dumb son of a bitch McConnell, they would never allow it to happen. They would have fought it. First of all,
computer says no.
Totally not true about Democrats, but okay. He also took shots at Dr. Fauci. He taunted him relentlessly. He said, have you ever seen anybody that is so full of crap? I have seen someone. Who am I thinking of? Have I ever seen someone so full of crap? I have. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Who? Trump said someone came to him who referred to as and said, sir. So that's a lie. Whenever he's like, someone came and said, sir. I don't think anyone ever calls him sir. No. Suggested that it be called the Trump scene. Right.
Trumpison.
Because he came up with the vaccine all by himself. So it should be. Okay, and then he turned on Mike Pence, said the election results are bull, and falsely claiming the election was rigged. Expressed disappointment in Pence for certifying the tally. Again, went after Ben Sass, Mitt Romney, Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey. Wasn't sure how Oprah got dragged into that, except that, because she helped get out the vote in Georgia. And then later in his remarks, he praised the crowd that went to his January 6th rally, commenting on how large the crowd was. Right, which is going to make some very crowded prisons.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I believe in one of the stories I saw, he said it looked like there were 1 million people there.
Really?
And one of the,
million MAGA.
Times of the Washington Post.
It's a million MAGA moron march. Okay, yeah.
He is so bad at counting crowd size. That's like the thing he's worst at.
Yeah,
he's bad at counting in general.
I think a lot of those people are going to go to, what's the word I'm looking for again? Yes, prison.
Yeah.
Oh wait, skipping through my stack now that you brought it up.
Oh.
From a secure room in the Capitol on January 6th, as rioters pummeled police and vandalized the building, Mike Pence tried to assert control in an urgent phone call to the acting defense secretary. He said, clear the Capitol. Elsewhere in the building, Pelosi and Schumer were making a similarly dire appeal to military leaders, asking the Army to deploy the National Guard. The timeline adds another layer of understanding about the state of fear and panic while the insurrection played out and lays bare the inaction by Trump and how that would have contributed to the slowed response by the military and law enforcement. Amy Klobuchar said, any minute we lost, I need to know why. We're going to find out why. Trump, that's why. And what he did at the Defense Department. And I know patience. I don't know if you've noticed that. And patience, not my strong suit.
No.
Let's go with this Capitol rioter and Trump prosecution for the Capitol. Okay. And just when you start to think Mike Pence might be the good guy for not, defying the Constitution and not certifying the results, he has launched his new organization, Advancing American Freedom, and has quietly added someone to the advisory board that was not announced at launch. Mike Ferris, the president and CEO of Alliance Defending Freedom, which is a hate group, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center. It has supported the idea that LGBT should be a crime in the United States and abroad, and believes it's okay to put LGBT people in prison for engaging in consensual sex. They've also supported laws that require the forced sterilization of transgender Europeans.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for a second, if you were like, Mike Pence, I guess, is the good guy in that scenario, he's trying to get, no. No.
Computer says nah.
Okay. Wow. Is this Capitol riot stories? The husband of a Florida sheriff's deputy who was recently charged for participating in the Capitol riot on January 6th was once the editor of a blog founded by Augustus Sol Invictus, a prominent white nationalist. His birth name is
great.
Austin. It's Augustus Sol Invictus. You remember him as Austin. He played a key role in the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville. He's also a former U.S. Senate candidate who once claimed he sacrificed a goat and drank its blood. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. 2 self-identified Proud Boys have been involved in the internal planning for a set of simultaneous White Lives Matter. Those were the rallies yesterday. The White Lives, because generally they've been the downtrodden ones in America. So yeah,
Yes.
of course. The association with the White Lives Matter rallies, which are promoting overtly white supremacist messages about a supposed white genocide, is a liability. And it's weird because it's a tricky one because it seems like mostly black people are getting killed in the white okay. Which is why it's so devious. They said that's a liability for the Proud Boys, a violent photo-fascist group that claims to be non-racist. The leaked chat shows the Proud Boy responsible for organizing the White Lives Matter rally went to some effort to hide the fact that the members of the group were involved in the effort. Didn't John Fugelsang say this Friday, we have to be very grateful that our fascists are so dumb, right? They're
Right.
Between social media and they're just dumb. Up in Frez, yes, Travis. There's
Yes. We've got a cop up there who's crooked.
Frez, yes, has said Fresno to one racist cop. Fresno mayor.
Thank you.
Revealed on Friday a former officer in his city's police department with a Proud Boys tie has been fired. He said it is clear. He said, I'm pleased Officer Fitzgerald will no longer be serving as a police officer with the city of Fresno. As mayor, I want to reiterate that to the community, I will not tolerate any form of racism displayed by city of Fresno employees. Was that your experience at Fresno? Is that was not tolerated?
Maybe they're starting to get things right. Well, this story's been kind of like bubbling around because there's a theater up there that some mega church wants to move into in the gay district. We talked about that, I think, a few weeks ago on the show. And this cop was out there with the Proud Boys doing a counter protest at this church. And so they were like, why is this guy he's a cop. Why is he wearing a Proud Boys, shirt? Yeah.
Do we need a White Lives Matter movement? I mean, or could just, I don't know, I'm just thinking maybe the entire history of our country be proof that white lives matter more than anyone else's?
There was a grand wizard of the KKK at the one in Huntington Beach over the weekend.
Did he have a robe and a hat and a wand?
Isn't didn't I just do a story about Huntington Beach? Oh, that was the anti-vaxxer that says vaccines made of babies. Yeah. That was also in Huntington Beach. Okay.
Yes. So there was a whole thing in Huntington Beach this past weekend. Yeah. A grand wizard was there. He wasn't wearing a robe or anything. But
that's why when I start my bike ride in Manhattan Beach, when I do that Manhattan Beach to Malibu, I get out of the southern section as fast as I can. That's my speed time on my bike out of in that section. Very fast.
Stay out of Orange County. That's just the best.
Just I get away from travel very quickly away from Orange County.